Good morning, welcome back. Today we're going to be installing a Tesla Generation 3 wall connector on a domestic house, single phase. We're going to take you through all the steps. We'll walk you through the full install from mounting to powering up and finally saving money for the customer. So this is Tesla's wall connector Generation 3. It's really sleek, waterproof to IP55, so it can support inside or outside installation. For single phase, you can set it from 6 to 32 amps. This unit comes with a 7.5 meter tethered cable, giving you loads of flexibility for wherever you park, wherever your charge port is on your car. So here we are with the customer's fuse board cupboard. Understairs, we've got the service head where the power comes in, main earth, smart meter, the isolator, and then the customer's existing installation. So we've accurately measured using the position of the gas pipe and the steel wire arm of the garage where we want to drill a hole, and I'm choosing here where there's 3 bits of mortar because I don't want to damage the brick. Also, if I drill the thin drill bit as a pilot, there's less risk of damaging or blowing any bricks. Once we're in the correct position, I'll then use a bigger drill bit to open the hole to the correct size. The board I've chosen today is the BG Sync board. I like this one because it's really easy to use, there's loads of space inside, and it's also IP65 rated if we use it outside. It comes with a main switch, comes with a surge protected device with a built-in fuse, circuit breaker that we're not going to use because today we'll be using a 40 amp RCBO. Lots more chargers have a 32 amp, Tesla specified 40 amp, and the Tesla also has its own built-in RCD protection as well. You can use these new coloured blocks. They're traditionally called Henley blocks. These are manufactured by Luden, and I really like them because they're very difficult to crack. The plastic's a lot tougher than the old Bakelite type ones. They click together, you can get them in colour for every single phase and earthing, and then these ones use Allen heads, so it's quite difficult to strip them. You can get a much better grip. So we're completely powered down. I'm now going to put the customer's existing tails into the Henley block, and then I'll run another set of tails into our board, and then finally back into the isolator. Today we're using 25mm flexible tails, but 16mm tails would have been fine. We'll get the earthing cable in. Once we've got these cables in and all the cables dressed, the board populated, then I'll connect in the EV Ultra cable, which we've got down here. We'll pull it through, get it clipped nicely, and get it in, and then we're really making progress. Connecting the customer's main protective bonding to the gas, which was a little bit loose. So I'm just closing off the unused holes in the Henley blocks. So if we open up the Tesla Generation 3 wall connector, see there's a really easy to mount base where we connect our live, neutral and earth, mount that on the wall, and then the Generation 3 connector then pushes on with these contacts straight on top. The template to know where to drill the screw holes. We're coming in through the bottom. So we're going to put 2 screws here as per the instructions, and this time we are drilling into the brick, so we get a really firm fit. The back plate for the Tesla Generation 3 wall connector, I'm going to bring the EV Ultra cable up to it now. This allows, by not finishing clipping this first, it allows me to get this exactly where we want, and then I can just cut the cable to the exact length that's needed. The EV Ultra Cat 5, you can see there's 2 power cables on there, both 6mm squared, and then a Cat 5 cable, both wrapped in the white bedding, and then you've got this tough sheath insulation. So we'll cut this back a bit, and we'll find the drawstring, and then we pull that string and it breaks open the bedding, and so we don't have to use a knife or risk cutting any of the cables. Address the cores now that power the wall connector Generation 3, and there's also data cable if it's needed in the future for current monitoring. Connector 3, Tesla supply a little rounded head Allen key for their electrical connection, which make the installation really simple. So this install's been really simple. It's a short run of cable. We've completed the dead test, and I'm going to do some live testing. We'll find out the ZS, this distribution board, the RCD trip times, the ZS at the actual car charger, and then we're nearly ready to commission. Tesla's own proprietary screws, Allen heads. I don't know, they look about 4mm. So we're at the end of the install. The Tesla wall connector generation 3 is installed, and as you can see, it's currently charging the customer's car at a rate of 7.4 kilowatts. The install was really simple. The customer has a Tesla Model 3 long range with a 75 kilowatt hour battery, but the hourly charge rate is about 35 miles of charge per hour using this connector. If the customer was to use Octopus Go, they've got 5 hours of cheap rate charging at night, so at 35 miles for each hour, you've got more than enough for most days. So this overnight charge over about 5 hours is 7 pence. It's about £2.50 for the 170 miles. If you use the fast charger at the services, it costs about 10 times that, about £25. So here we are, it's all connected. The customer's vehicle's charging. It's a neat, tidy solution that will save a lot of money in the long run. Found this video useful? Give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like an EV charger installed at your property, get in touch and we'll see you in the next video.